LeBron James right now is giving every single Cavs fan out there some crazy heavy optimism of the potential hinting of him going back to Cleveland. During this year's NBA All-Star Weekend, where it was the media portion, LeBron was interviewed of how he felt on coming back to Cleveland. And the reporter even went as far to ask him about the possibility of him actually playing for the Cavaliers. After a very long interview, the report came out that LeBron James said that the doors are not closed on a return to the Cleveland Cavaliers. But then the report continues and says, "My last year will be played with my son." A few weeks ago, LeBron made it very clear that he wants to play with Bronny, his son. And with Bronny right now having the potential possibility of entering the NBA draft in 2024. Cavaliers fans, no, not just Cavs fans, the NBA is looking forward to a potential reunion of LeBron in Cleveland, and then maybe even Bronny coming to town as well. The report specifically says this: "The door's not closed on that." LeBron James told The Athletic on Saturday when asked about a potential return to Cleveland, "I'm not saying I'm coming back and playing. I don't know. I don't know what my future holds. I don't even know when I'm free." But LeBron made it very clear and says this: "My last year will be played with my son. Wherever Bronny is at, that's where I'll be. I will do whatever it takes to play with my son for 1 year. It's not about money at that point." For those who don't know, basically LeBron James was raised in Akron, Ohio, in Cleveland, and of course played his first 7 years with the Cavaliers. So of course, when talking about the word home, Cleveland is LeBron's home. So now the question is, how can LeBron go to Cleveland again? Cleveland fans right now are super excited about how this could happen, and this video, I'm gonna give it straight to you. There are only 2 ways that LeBron can go to the Cavaliers, and these are it. The first way is pretty simple, but it's kind of in the future, where the Cavaliers would have to wait for LeBron to enter free agency next summer. Not this summer, next summer in 2023, where the Cavaliers would offer LeBron a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal, whatever that looks like. If I'm gonna be honest, that scenario seems more realistic and likely when it comes to the possible solution of the Cavaliers signing LeBron, because in next upcoming summer, the Cavaliers are gonna have so much cap space to sign 2 multi-year superstar caliber max contract players. Of course, with LeBron getting older, there's always going to be that conversation and perspective that the Cavaliers should not invest in LeBron because his game is digressing. But let's be real, LeBron is playing the best basketball of his career and honestly showing no signs of slowing down. So that's the first scenario, where the Cavaliers wait for LeBron in open free agency next summer and then of course work out a deal. But for this video, I want to have a little bit of fun. Right now with the Cavaliers team being amazing with Darius Garland, Jared Allen, and Evan Mobley, we want to see LeBron James now on the Cavaliers because the Lakers are simply not as good as they were before. We want to see LeBron James play with this core right now before it's too late and they get worse. So of course, how can that happen? It could happen in this upcoming offseason where the Lakers and Cavaliers work out a crazy sign and trade. Trading for LeBron would not be easy. It would take LeBron to first request a trade and then demand to go to Cleveland. And then of course, if that were to happen, this would be the ideal trade scenario. The Cavs would have to give up a lot. They'd have to give up Colin Sexton on a sign and trade. Sexton will be a free agent this summer, but maybe work out a sign and trade that sends him to LA. Then they're gonna have to add Karis LeVert, Lauri Markkanen, Isaac Okoro, and 4 first-round draft picks to the Lakers in exchange for the Lakers giving up LeBron James, of course, Kendrick Nunn, and 2 second-round picks. I believe this would be an ideal blockbuster deal that would send LeBron James to Cleveland, and then of course sending the Lakers a bunch of valuable assets and of course depth. Because honestly, LeBron James is just worth that much. Of course, at the end of the day, if the Lakers were to trade away LeBron, which of course is highly unlikely, I wouldn't be surprised if they would demand Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, or even Jared Allen. But let's be real, we want to see LeBron play with Darius Garland and the other 2 frontcourt players to see how good this team would be when they have the GOAT King James on the roster. Of course, I said there are 2 ways for the Cavaliers to get LeBron, but there is a 3rd way, and that's in the 2024 NBA draft, where hopefully the Cavaliers get a lottery pick. Because even though Bronny James right now is not ranked as a top 5 pick in that draft, with LeBron's comments saying that no matter wherever Bronny goes, LeBron's gonna go there. Whatever team that ends up drafting Bronny will get an easy LeBron, and then on the Cavaliers' perspective, they're gonna have to hope that it's them. So yes guys, this wraps up my video talking about a crazy scenario of LeBron James going to Cleveland. What's most important to me is I want to know your thoughts. Do you believe LeBron would ever leave the Lakers and go back to Cleveland? What are your thoughts on this? Put your thoughts down in the comments below and let's start a conversation. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!